Better than the Fish's Fin podcast. That joke's never going to die. Ever. It's never going to fucking die. All right. Oh, man. What's going on, viewers? It's Grace's host, Kaine Walker, back with another episode of the Monkey Paw, episode 44, where we document the downfall of mainstream Western entertainment. I will be joined by my co-host, Soups, but he's caught up with some truck problems. I don't think he minds me saying that. And he'll be here shortly. But yeah, how y'all doing tonight? I did miss a week last week. I'm still contemplating whether or not I'll make that show up by myself this weekend. I may or may not. I'm gonna have to dig for some topics because there really hasn't been a whole lot to talk about. Not really. But I was able to grab some for this week, for this episode. And they're actually pretty good points. You'll notice a theme here by the time we get to about the middle of this episode. So, since I don't have anything to preface this really, because like I said, the last few weeks have been like dead. Like the biggest thing I've been seeing going around is like this fucking cat boy streamer. I think that's what they are. Who like got caught using aimbot or something. I don't know all the details, but that's what I've seen. I don't know any like major shit about that. But yeah, that's the biggest thing I've been seeing. But anyway, on to our first topic of the night. Xbox producer recommends laid off workers should use AI to help reduce the emotional and cognitive load that comes with job loss. Oh man, that's... You know, I do want to laugh because I do know a lot of the employees over at Xbox deserve to lose their job. But for all the people who don't, which I'm still on the fence about that. You know, by virtue of working for Xbox and Microsoft, does that mean you deserve to lose your job because you should know how like scummy they are? I don't know yet. I have to contemplate that on my own time. But part of this is very funny. Just know that, right? In the wake of Microsoft's, actually, let me make sure my mic is not low as shit because I know that happens a lot. I'm gonna turn my mic up right now, this very moment, to make sure I'm not being tricked. All right. In the wake of Microsoft's latest round of layoffs and studio closures, which brings the number of affected into the thousands since early 2024, you would think that those remaining, and particularly those remaining in charge at the company, would be treading lightly in the days to come. Not Matt Turnbull, executive producer at Xbox Game Studios Publishing. Matt has looked at everything that has happened this week, particularly the bit where Xbox laid off a bunch of people at the same time Microsoft pledged to invest $80 billion in AI, and decided that not only does he need to give advice to those laid off, but that the advice should come in the form of AI prompts, which will somehow give responses that will help reduce the emotional and cognitive load that comes with job loss. Given what you're about to read, I have included a screenshot I captured when browsing LinkedIn so that you know this is real. We are absolutely going to read this shit. And so that we're not fighting with the scrolling too much on the actual page, I took the liberty of separating the image from the article. We're about to go through Matt Turnbull's post together from LinkedIn. These are really challenging times, and if you're navigating a layoff or even quietly preparing for one, holy shit. They must have been tense as hell. This sounds like a message that's coming right before layoffs. This doesn't even sound like after you've been fired already. And if you're navigating a layoff or even quietly preparing for one, you're not alone, and you don't have to go it alone. I know these types of tools engender strong feelings in people, but I'd be remiss if in not trying to offer the best advice I can under the circumstances. I've been experimenting with ways to use large language model AI tools like ChatGPT or Copilot to help reduce the emotional and cognitive load that comes with job loss. Here are some prompt ideas and use cases that might help if you're feeling overwhelmed. Career planning prompts. Oh, this shit is brutal, dude. Holy fuck. Soulless golems, dude. Like, oh my God. Career planning prompts. Act as a career coach. I've been laid off from role in the game industry. Help me build a 30-day plan to regroup, research new roles, and start applying without burning out. What kinds of game industry jobs could I pivot to with experience in production, narrative, live ops, etc.? Resume at LinkedIn help. Here's my current resume. Give me 3 tailored versions of one for a AAA, one for platform/publishing roles, and one for startup/small studio leadership. Rewrite this resume bullet to highlight impact and metrics. Draft a new LinkedIn About Me section that focuses on my leadership style, ship titles, and vision for game development. Networking and outreach. Draft a friendly message I can send to old coworkers, letting them know I'm exploring new opportunities. Write a warm intro message for reaching out to someone at studio name about a job posting. Emotional clarity and confidence. I'm struggling with imposter syndrome after being laid off. Can you help me reframe this experience in a way that reminds me what I'm good at? No AI tool is a replacement for your voice or your lived experience. But at a time when mental energy is scarce, these tools can help you unstuck faster. He meant to say unstick. Faster, calmer, and with more clarity. If this helps, feel free to share with others in your network. Stay kind, stay smart, stay connected. Holy shit. I don't even know what you say to that. Like, what do you say? Here's the full text. I already read it. This is what I don't get. Like, okay. Actually, no. Part of me does get it because they want to post the image as proof that it actually exists. But then why go on to copy the text from the image if it's clear? Like, just give us the picture so we can read it and then write the rest of the article. I guess this shit is for word count. The LinkedIn post has since been deleted, likely upon the advice of someone with a human heart. Exactly. Update, July 13th, 2025. Another post from an Xbox guy coming from a very similar place. Very healthy corporate culture. From Luke Plunkett, you have got to be kidding me. Mike Matzel, the Xbox graphics team is hiring folks with experience with device drivers, GPU performance, or related validation or engineering system experience. If the positions are closed and you want to apply, please message me. Xbox graphics is hiring, and it's the AI image. I actually saw this a couple weeks ago. The AI image with the fucking computer screen on the back of the monitor. Yeah, that's... God, you can't make this shit up. It's absolutely wild that at no point whatsoever the thought, maybe it's in bad taste to use AI slop to advertise some jobs after Microsoft just laid off 9,000 people crossed this man's mind. Oh, man. Penny a la vodka, what's going on? I'm just going to call you Penny. What's good? Can I lie about being AI? And will X-Bone hire me? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Oh, shit. Soups, you're here. Fuck, hang on. I didn't have my headphones on the entire time, so if you were talking, I didn't hear a fucking thing. I'm sorry. Soups, you good? Well, while he's reconnecting, we are going to go through some of these comments because they're hilarious. All right, Soups, whenever you hop up here, just interrupt me and I'll pay attention. You've been playing Spider-Man Web of Shadows for the past 2 days? You got to DM me. I got to ask about something. Anyway. Okay, you came in. Hang on.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up? God damn it, Soups.
Well, yeah, I might have to leave then for a bit.
Oh, no, I can hear you. I can hear you just fine. You're good.
Audio cut off again?
No, it's actually not cutting off.
Okay, yeah, just saying.
I might have to close one of these.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna hop in, talk for a bit. Might have to leave in a bit.
You might have to leave. That's fine.
Maybe come back.
Ah, shit, you bought it from a store. Damn it.
Did you already start? Or
Yeah, we started. I was talking to Penny about playing Web of Shadows. They said they played Web of Shadows since they bought it physical copy from a store. I'm jealous. But yeah, I started. I was reading the Xbox AI topic that you... Go ahead.
was it like, did they actually buy Web of Shadows for like PS3 or something? Like
PS3.
What?
PS3. Yeah, they just.
How'd he do it?
How he do it? He went to a store.
Imagine still having a working PS3.
Or she went to a store.
Imagine having a PS3 that works.
I'm sorry if I misgender you. You're literally a PFP right now. I don't know. All right. But yeah, man.
Assume it's a man. Always safe to assume it's a man.
I mean, I can't do that anymore. I've actually met chicks on the internet. Like, they exist sometimes. You know? I am a guy. I named myself after a pasta.
Proven wrong.
I know that. I know Penny after Alavodka is pasta. I know that. But I'm just gonna... Penny is just easier to say instead of using the fucking accent that I butcher because I'm country as shit. But yeah. Go ahead, Soups.
I'll say assume it's a man until proven wrong. You need evidence.
You need evidence. Holy shit, that's funny. I could go to some dark places. I need hard evidence. This is a woman. Wait, scratch that. Not hard evidence. That would disprove you're a woman. But anyway. On to the comments. From first one from Doc Random. Cyberpunk dystopia has fully arrived, minus the actually cool tech, wardrobes, and neon, and with an extra helping of insane inanity and boring self-important corpo heads. Pretty much. We got double the corpo, none of the fucking cyber. Pretty much. Next one from Sinusside. This is almost ghoulish. It wouldn't surprise me to learn that above a certain level, company leadership has been replaced. Replaced invasion? Okay, yeah, had a stroke reading that. Has been replaced by invasion of the body snatcher style. Oh, never mind. That was my fault. It wouldn't surprise me to learn that above a certain level, company leadership had been replaced invasion of the body snatcher style. Okay, that was my fault. You can almost see the thought process. I need to do something to appear empathetic, but I also need to push Microsoft business interests. Exactly, dude. Holy fuck. The ironic thing is that one of the few positions that probably could be replaced by AI is CEO. Ain't that too true.
Ooh.
Using AI really does cause brain damage.
That is dystopian.
It is. All of this is dystopian. It's insane. Like, you're telling your workers to consult robots for emotional consultation. Oh man. Or consolation? I think both of those words work, but still.
Consult? You mean consultation or?
I mean, consultation and consolation. I believe those both work. To be consoled is to be like.
I need to ask. Did they? I need to ask. Did those companies just build a bunch of Baymaxes? How are they gonna ask these people to depend on AI to help them with their emotional problems?
Because it'll help their stocks, bro. It'll help their stocks go up. They just invested $80 billion in AI. I don't want a robot as a therapist.
Did they build fucking Baymax to make those?
Bro, I don't know.
Did they build fucking Baymax as part of their fucking investment or what? There's no way this makes sense.
I just don't know, bro. And how does that make you feel? But no, holy shit. Not to overstate things.
Doesn't get overloaded by the amount of emotional problems. Unless you want a fucking AM to come true.
I mean, AI would never be affected by the emotional problems. That's the thing. Unless there was literally a human consciousness infused with ChatGPT or DeepSeek or, one of the LLMs. Like, it can't feel anything. AI can only mimic. That's all it can do. It does not have a soul.
Just all I'm saying is, man, fucking AM was a thing.
It was, but wasn't there a human consciousness in that?
I don't think they ever actually specified on that. I think they just had him. I mean, it would make sense.
It's realistically the only way it would ever work.
As far as I know, no.
It's realistically the only way it could ever work. Honestly. But, back to the comments. I'm only going to read a few more of these. There's like 22 of them. I'm not reading all 22. Next one from Valid Question Mom. Not to overstate things, but Matt Turnbull might be the dumbest motherfucker alive. Update. Mike Mastel is the #1 contender to Matt Turnbull as the dumbest motherfucker alive. Second update. Looks like Mastel deleted his post as well. Bullying works.
Oh my god, that is fucking funny.
Next one from Keyboard Smash.
That is so fucking funny.
Reads almost like what you'd get if you prompted ChatGPT. Write a list of suggestions for recently laid off game studio employees to make it look like I care what happens to them while also subtly driving ChatGPT engagement. Holy shit. The resume advice is comical. Tell me you've never actually tried to prompt AI to fix your resume for a job search without telling me. Oof, man. Dictionary definition of a person who, with good reason, never expects to have to be responsible for anything or to suffer any negative repercussions for their actions. What a despicable bag of slop. Duplicated comment. I'm apparently doofy enough. I can't figure out how to delete this one. Oh, that's not even related to the topic. I hate you. I hate you so much. Yep. This is a total LinkedIn brained post. That site is a mockery of itself. So I hear. I hear some really weird stories about LinkedIn because everyone's afraid of not being hired. So it's like the biggest fucking echo chamber of anything you can imagine ever because everyone's on eggshells. Holy shit.
I hear from the stories I've heard about LinkedIn, it's like I would say it's fake. Like most of the job opportunities are on there are like either scams. I heard a lot of stories about scams happening on LinkedIn.
Insane. What's up, Rudy? Nice of you to make it, man. Oh, man. Allow me to blithely comment on your unfortunate situation while simultaneously cross-selling Microsoft AI products and hopefully evince an uncanny simulation of human sympathy. This will only take a few minutes, I promise. Oh my God. Wow, what a truly colossal asshole. For a minute, I thought stay connected meant with people, but he means the internet, I guess. The 2025 version of Eliza is not a panacea. Oh, D. Who's Eliza again? Do you know?
What? No, I have no idea.
Damn. Somebody knows who Eliza is. I don't.
I have to ask one of our mutual friends in the audience.
Okay, I'll make this the last one. Oh, shit, we're already at the end of the comment chain anyway. Did I read them all? Okay, I severely overestimated the amount of time it would take to read all those. So, okay. Silly boy. It's telling. A guy who has been with the Xbox division since 2011, arguably the end of Xbox's peak, has stuck around. It's almost like this guy's contributions since 2011 might not be helping. And if this is what's coming out of his mouth, I'm almost certain he's a bigger part of the problem than anyone who lost their job Wednesday. Citation. This article. And the fact that they haven't really had any critically acclaimed killer apps since Halo Reach in 2010. I'll give them Starfield because being successful sales-wise, but that game landed with a thud critically and fan reception-wise. I think there's 3 more comments. I'll read the rest. It really sounds like they're creating a problem, but also want to sell a... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like that game Starfield only became famous because of Az's rant.
Well, I mean, even before then, no one was playing it, and Az became famous because of that rant. Starfield did not garner any player support because of his rant. If anything, it forced people not to play it. People learned what Starfield was.
I wouldn't say forced.
Yeah, force is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. Persuaded. That's a much better term. Persuaded people to not play it. Oh man.
Yeah, we gotta use our English on this one.
Hang on. Rudy says, imagine social media, but everybody is trying to placate their boss for a promotion or begging for a job without begging for a job. Yeah, exactly. Yep, that sounds like LinkedIn. Penny said we would have been better in the Black Ops 2 timeline. That is a bold claim. That is a bold claim. That is a bold as fuck claim.
I feel like that would have been more fun.
More fun? There's like...
I feel like that would have at least been a bit more funny.
Maybe. But there's like... They have like fully equipped robot soldiers in that timeline, just like in Terminator. I don't think... We'll see. But anyway, next one from Silly Boy.
I thought you meant like the social. You meant social interaction. Black Ops 2, my bad.
We would have been fighting all of South America and having cyborgs. Yes, I don't think I want that future, man. I don't think I want that future, dog. Let me wrap these comments up. We can jabber a bit more.
Yeah, future.
Next one from Silly Boy. It's telling a guy who has been... I already read it. Fuck. Okay, I was in the middle of reading Sabrina's. It really sounds like they're creating a problem, but also want to sell a shitty solution to it. It's burning down somebody's house, but also being in the business of cleaning up rubble after the fire and funerals. Goddamn. That sounds like a racket, dude. Oh, man.
I mean...
It worked for microtransactions.
Right there.
God, it worked for microtransactions. You know what? That's not even a lie, because sometimes they do make certain features shittier just so you'll spend 99 cents to fix. That's criminal. Last comment. Pervert shit, utterly deranged, demonic. All right, that's the last one. All right. So, yeah, I do want to know how people feel about that being in your near future, if you continue to be in the job market, eventually your boss is going to be like, hell, he might even have the AI fire you for him. Like he'll just ask Alexa.
That's what it does. He's gonna have.
Go ahead.
He's gonna put ChatGPT to put in. Really, he's gonna have ChatGPT put in the not resignation letter. The fucking what do you call those notices for like laying off workers or something?
Oh, 2-week notice.
Like have him send the email.
Yeah, fire him over.
He's gonna
email.
have the AIs. That's what I meant. Have the ChatGPT send the email to
like a termination notice. Yeah.
Termination notice.
Yep.
You know, it'd be hilarious if like a boss sent out like an AI using ChatGPT, but it puts like the wrong fucking case of why they're being laid off and the wrong name of the person. That's so fucking funny.
Yo, that's fucked up. They don't even care if it's the wrong name. That's wow. Bro, firing people for CEOs must be like dropping bombs over a village, bro. They never get to see it, but they always press the button. They never have to worry about any of the horror down below. They just send that missile and security carries them out to their car, bro. It's a cold game. It's a cold as fuck game. You don't even have to look people in their eye anymore as you kick them out onto the street. It's wild shit. And AI is only gonna make that shit easier. They're gonna tell you to refer to AI for therapy, dog. Oh my fucking emotional support robot.
Bro, if we actually start getting like emotional support robots like walking around the streets with people, that's dude.
Bro, when can we finally say when can we finally say that human beings do not deserve to exist as a species anymore? You know? Like when? When are we gonna have that talk? You know?
And come on. No.
Oh man, alrighty. But seriously though, guys, I know you think everything is a lost cause and, you know, there's no end to it in sight. But like, I just want you guys to keep faith that it's going to get so much worse. Yeah, so we're gonna move on to Polygon. In the Visa MasterCard situation.
Things get worse before they get better. That's isn't that the old saying?
Soups, you're not putting the AI genie back in the bottle, bro. Unless John and Sarah Connor themselves, along with the T-800, come through a rift in space-time, we will not put AI back in the bottle. It's done.
Nah.
Rudy, no! I can't impregnate an AI. There are no cyborg children.
Oh my god.
Rudy, do not stick your dick in pixels. They are sharp and they hurt. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Rudy. So yeah, Polygon. The video game fight against Visa, MasterCard, and censorship is only getting messier. As Valve and itch.io struggle against major payment processors, gamers and developers are pushing the anti-censorship cause. It's been weeks of anger and confusion for fans and game developers ensnared in the debacle between gaming storefronts like Valve and itch.io. and the payment processors that service them. Who exactly is responsible for the recent crackdown on adult games? The answer changes depending on who you ask. That vagueness has been accompanied by an avalanche of actions from fans, developers, and even storefronts as folks unite against the possibility of video game censorship. By the way, interesting point here. I do want to have this conversation because it's relevant outside of entertainment too. But I don't want to say I'm glad it's affecting entertainment. I'm glad that I have an excuse to actually talk about it, because this channel is more so about culture than politics. But I mean, as I've explained in several episodes now, the line between those two things is constantly being blurred. So here we are. We'll talk more about pretty much everything to do with tonight's topics in a bit, but the more immediate things, the more immediate things are probably going to come after I talk about another thing that YouTube's doing. Some of you already know about that probably, but I don't want to spoil it just yet. But yeah, man, you see where tonight's headed. AI being, promoted as therapists. People telling AI to help you get a new job and shit, comfort you emotionally. Payment processors trying to dictate what you can and can't buy with your own money. That's legal. Dystopia, dude. Just dystopia. But anyway, enough of that tangent. I'm going to read a little bit more of the article. And Soups, feel free to jump in after this next paragraph if you have something to say. At first, when storefronts like Steam and itch.io... Okay. At first, when storefronts like Steam and itch.io delisted adult games or made them harder to find, it seemed that the culprits were Visa and MasterCard. Both platforms said that their decision to pull or de-index certain games was motivated by the fear of losing access to the major payment infrastructure that their storefronts rely on. itch.io went one step further and stated that the responsible party was an activist group known as Collective Shout. Still haven't done my research on them yet. I'll have to read more about Collective Shout and everything they do later on. But which has spent years waging campaigns against games depicting violence against women. Collective Shout later confirmed that it had influenced actions taken by Valve and itch.io after writing an open letter to Visa and MasterCard, but that it did not necessarily ask itch.io to de-index all not safe for work games. We raised our objection to rape and incest games on Steam for months, and they ignored us for months. Collective Shout said in a statement in July, "Who the fuck do you think you are? They should have ignored you for months. Cry bullies." We approached payment processors because Steam did not respond to us. We called on itch.io to remove rape and incest games that we argued normalized violence and abuse of women. itch.io made the decision to remove all not safe for work content. Our objections were to content that involved sexualized violence and torture of women. Oh, those things that women read about in their smut books all the time. And they probably play the games too. And I know Love and Deep Space has some of that shit. So there's also that, this professional of this fucking
I would not know about that.
This pandemic of being professionally offended by shit is annoying. Cause just turn the fucking screen off. You know what I mean? This idea that if I don't enjoy it, no one else can either is just idiotic. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just a giant scramble for power and control over other people. Go ahead.
Is it that some of the biggest corporations and groups are being controlled by professional crybabies?
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Probably activists.
Professional crybabies.
Yep.
Professional crybabies.
Did I read all of this already? I can't even remember.
To an extent, at least.
fuck it. I'll read it again. If I already read it, I'm sorry. We approached payment processes because Steam did not respond to us. We called on itch.io to remove rape and incest games. Yeah. Oh, wait. I already read that. I did. Okay. I did. itch.io's move saw unrelated games like mouthwashing seemingly disappear from the storefront, but itch.io has since gone on to relist free adult games. The indie platform also clarified that mouthwashing hadn't been indexed on itch.io since October 2024 because the developer failed to meet the storefront standards by redirecting fans to the game's Steam page. Meanwhile, gamers have mobilized en masse to deluge Visa and MasterCard by any means necessary, including clogging their phone lines, sending emails, and calling into investor meetings. Somehow, all of that has merely been the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the ongoing adult game crisis. Since the fire started spreading, both Visa and MasterCard have said that they have not pressured storefronts like Steam to do anything specific regarding adult games. Put simply, we allow all lawful purchases on our network. MasterCard said in a statement. At the same time, we require merchants to have appropriate controls to ensure MasterCard cards cannot be used for unlawful purchases, including illegal adult content. Like what? From where?
I'm calling bullshit on this.
No, I do believe they want safeguards for that. However, it's like a half-truth, right? Because there's no way that that's relevant to anything Steam or itch.io does. Well, I mean, I can speak more for Steam than itch.io, honestly. But anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that shit's relevant to Steam at the very least, bro. I think they're just using that as a convenient shield to dodge actual criticism. So if Visa and MasterCard didn't ask storefronts to censor their games, what in the world is going on then? The answer is unclear because Valve insists that while MasterCard did not discuss anything with the maker of Steam directly, other payment processors, like banks, communicated the issue to them in their stead. Valve said in a statement to Kotaku that it cited two payment processors Valve said in a statement to Kotaku that it cited to payment processors its 2018 policy to distribute games that are illegal for distribution. Payment processors allegedly rejected that policy, citing a MasterCard rule, a spokesperson said, in reference to the payment processors' regulations around the sale of illegal material or goods that threaten to damage the brand's image. Huh? You're a fucking payment processor and you're worried about your brand image? You move my money from my bank to the fucking vendor. I hope I'm misinterpreting what I just read. Either they're worried about their own reputation or they're worried about Steam or itch.io's brand image and reputation. Neither of those fucking things make any sense. Neither of them. If that's an actual statement, that shit is brain dead.
What do you... I don't even know, man. That's just... this whole thing just rings either suspicious or just retarded. It's one of those two.
Both, probably. But, yeah, Rudy, I'm aware. Yeah, debanking has been a thing for a while. Yeah, I think Kanye tried to say something about it. A few people have, actually. A lot of famous people have tried to say something about that. But, yeah, no, I get it. It's an actual thing. But that shit... What I just read is just idiotic, bro. It doesn't make any fucking sense. You're a payment processor. You move my money from my bank account to the vendor. What the fuck do you mean brand image? What are you talking about? Anyway. In light of the continued upheaval, a number of organizations have since voiced support against potential payment processor-led censorship. For a couple of days, retro games platform and storefront GOG made a bundle of 13 adult titles available free of charge. Over 1 million people downloaded the collection of games, GOG said. Some games vanish, reads the website GOG dedicated to the effort. Not because they broke the law, but because someone decided they shouldn't exist. Raising awareness via free products has proven effective, and at least one individual game creator has embraced the tactic. Game developer Kara Cadaver took to social media to say she wouldn't sit idly by as storefronts pulled down her game. Vile Exhumed, the game, which primarily takes place through a computer interface, challenges players with finding out what happened to an adult film actress. The player solves the mystery by examining files, pictures, and social media sites. The developer made a website dedicated to the game, which is now free to download. It is also a perfect example of a game caught in the crossfire of the anti-adult crusade. Vile Exhumed may deal with difficult subjects and contain graphic imagery, but it is not necessarily a porn game like the ones purportedly being targeted right now. Fuck anyone who tries to control storytelling and expression, Cadaver wrote on social media. Amen to that. The potential for unintended repercussions from mass removal becomes evident through games like Vile Exhumed, but some would argue that these are not mere casualties. Collective Shout has voiced disdain for major games like Detroit Become Human in the past and has had a hand in the removal of games like Grand Theft Auto 5 from major retailers in Australia. As such, recent remarks from niche storefront Zoom have started making the rounds, in part because the platform is saying the quiet part out loud. The storefront won't be pulling any games, and its proprietors are looking into alternative options for payment processors. But a spokesperson for Zoom has gone on record saying the abolition of games depicting any type of uncomfortable subject matter threatens to spread if major players like Steam capitulate. Zoom listed franchises like Grand Theft Auto, Duke Nukem, and Saints Row as possible marks for Collective Shout, which seems like an educated guess based on the group's previous actions. If one thing has come out of all of this, it's that alternative storefronts like Nutaku have entered the spotlight as they reiterate their commitment to adult games or to finding other solutions for payment processing. Lewd Gaming Matters, the storefront announced on social media in a post encouraging developers who'd had games delisted to reach out. And hang on. GOG encapsulates the steadfast belief against censorship bandied by gamers at large. God damn it. GOG encapsulates the steadfast belief against censorship bandied by gamers at large perfectly in its tagline for the now defunct adult game bundle. If a game is legal, you should be free to buy it. Now, I had a fucking epiphany a while ago in relation to the combination of topics that we're reviewing tonight. But in the beginning, it was about...
What's that?
It was about internet ID and how like porn sites want you to use your driver's license or government issue ID to be able to access them. And immediately in my head, I'm like, oh my God, this is clearly a trick to get more power over people and assume more control and shit over people. Because guess what just happened before? It happened after the internet ID shit was brought up. Guess what happened, right? What happened recently with a fucking app where people were fucking sending in their driver's licenses and pictures of their faces and their fucking addresses? What just happened? The fucking T-app spill, right? How is that not reason enough to not go through with any of this shit? Why would you ever upload your ID to anything? Why? For what reason? Because you know what's going to happen is, one, it's going to be used for fucking witch hunts for people you don't like. You're not just going to ban them from the site that took the ID. You're going to ban them from other sites as well. Because, of course, that's where the slippery slope would lead, especially if the wrong people, quote unquote, but get in control of that information. One. Two, they're intentionally targeting something that is taboo for people to talk about because they're afraid of people being too ashamed of defending it. Well, they made a fucking mistake because apparently gamers have no fucking shame, and I'm glad they don't, to be completely honest with you. I'm glad they fucking don't. Because we shouldn't let shame dictate who the fuck gets to have domain over our lives. It's ridiculous. Because the same way that they're trying to debank people or make it so that they can't access adult games through their with their own fucking money, they're trying to get people to capitulate with fucking online ID because it'll be embarrassing to defend lewd topics like Pornhub or fucking adult games. That's the entire tactic. And once this shit doesn't work, which they've already tried to do this anyway, once this shit doesn't work, they're going to bring up children because they always do. And no one ever brings up how children need to be parented and how giving them a fucking iPad at 5 years old destroys their attention span. No one wants to talk about that shit. Go ahead, Soups.
I was gonna say, it reminds me of Horton Hears a Who. That have you seen that movie? Or the kangaroo mom goes, "Won't see someone think of the children," while using her own kid to try to sell the point, sell her manipulation.
But the kicker is these people who bring up kids all the time.
It's the same. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, one, they don't care about the kids. Two, they come up with these extreme examples about what could possibly happen to a kid without ever having to explain how that happened. They just materialize it out of thin air. And if you can't come up with a good argument in the moment, then that means that their argument is sound. And that's not how that shit works. It's not. It's not, bro. No one ever wants to bring up how certain parts of the internet are literally just not meant for kids. And like underage people aren't idiots. Like, they know how to lie about their age. They know how to do it. Like, what do you want? This has nothing to do with kids or protecting children. It has everything to do with compromising your identity and getting more control of your information. That's what the fuck it has to do with. That's what it's about.
All right. I'll be right back. I gotta deal with something.
Cool. While you do that, I'm gonna go ahead and read some of these comments, and then probably when he gets back, I'll bring up the next topic. But right now, I'm gonna read some of these here. So this first one from Heiser Soze. Doesn't matter. One small group of whiny individuals that cannot control their own house and kids should not be able to control my household. Exactly. I did not read this comment, and I brought up how people are trying to use kids to try and gain more control over people's bank accounts and their identity. Like, police your fucking kids. Parental controls has been a thing since like DirecTV. That's like the first place I heard about parental controls. It probably came earlier. Yet instead of parenting your children, and what's really funny about the think of the children point is that it's usually coming from people who do not have any kids at all. And they're just worried about, they're using kids as the boogeyman, and they're worried about these nebulous children they've never met. There's never a solution to keeping the children away from the adult content. The adult content simply should not exist because children exist. Somebody once said that censorship is telling a man he can't eat a steak because a baby can't chew it. That's literally what the fuck is happening. Literally. Except it's not steak. It's porn. But you know what I mean. I won't stop torturing the payment processors until they stop censoring my purchases. Plain and simple. I don't fucking blame you. Chase Hammer. I don't know which I believe on this, really. I find it hard to believe as much money that Valve/Steam brings in for both Visa and MasterCard that they would have no leg to stand on if the processing companies said jump. Dude, they're like bro, I don't think he knows how big Visa and MasterCard is. Aren't they like a duopoly or some shit? Like an oligarchy? Like there's very few payment processors as big as Visa, MasterCard. And I'm pretty sure people like I believe I heard American Express and others like them have like bullshit fees that people don't want to deal with, and that's why they're not really commonly used like that. I could be wrong, but I believe that to be the case. That I remember hearing that at the very least. But regardless, I don't think this dude knows the scope of how big Visa and MasterCard are. Like, it's not about how much money they have. If you have money but can't move it, what the fuck use is it? It's just sitting there. That's why having a frozen account sucks, because you can see the money, you can't fucking move it. Like, on the other hand, I don't understand why Valve would remove anything that makes them $1. It's all weird. I mean, you just have to. I hate saying this because it feels lazy, but you just have to do more fucking research, bro. Like, honestly, please. iStriff SMG. Agreed, though I find Valve's version more compelling. The idea that MasterCard would maintain plausible deniability by not outright demanding it. I mean, of course they would. Why would they ever admit that they're outright censoring something? Why would they do that? But heavily implying it to banks is entirely believable. Said banks then indicating that they're not comfortable with it due to implicit, if not explicit, threat from MasterCard is very much in line with general corporate modus operandi. It gives everyone involved the viability of claiming it's not their fault, effectively divesting all involved of explicit responsibility. I mean, yeah, they're using the activists as useful idiots. In the same way that the Gestapo would use their neighbors. In the same way that, actually, I don't remember where this was, but like the Red Scare, I'm pretty sure that was here maybe. You get the point, right? Like in the same way that the government would get the fellow man to snitch on their neighbor. Like it's the same shit. It's the same thing. Of course, said facade of plausible deniability falls apart when you actually look at it for more than 5 seconds. But they count on the general confusion muddying the waters and meaning people don't. I mean, you solve this problem by not putting shit past anyone and not trusting anyone with that much power. I mean, you never know for certain, but if you at least don't trust them, you have a leg up. You'll always assume that they're going to take the most advantageous position against you. Therefore, you'll always be prepared. So what do you have to lose by not trusting them? You know? All this is to say that it doesn't mean that Valve certainly couldn't take more of a stand on this if they were actually inclined to. They very much rolled over on it. I mean, it appears that way. You know, like I don't know for sure. I'd like to think Gabe, you know, would do something if he could, because thus far Steam has been like making money by doing absolutely nothing but catering to their customer base. Rocket science, I fucking know, but you know. But the only thing that does is lead me to believe that would be a prime reason for them to be getting targeted by Visa MasterCard. Assuming they're even being targeted, you know what I mean? Like, targeted has a very specific connotation. You know what I mean? But anyway, all of their goodwill leads me to believe that it's more true that this is out of their control. If you know what I mean. Again, don't know for certain, but like, if I look at their track record, that's what it's telling me. Bilateral rope. Valve is saying who made them pull games, while the payment processing companies are all saying it's not my fault without attempting to name the responsible party. That refusal to name names is them protecting whoever made the decision, with at least one of them lying about it not being their decision. The actions of the payment companies make it quite clear that they agree with the censorship, no matter how much they want us to think otherwise. Or maybe the network of payment companies is so confusing that they really have no idea where their orders are coming from. That would be worse. I mean, in any effect, the result is the same, is it not? That's why I said just don't trust them. Why go through all the rigmarole of trying to untangle this long-ass cord of bullshit when you can just say, yeah, I don't trust you. Fuck it. I'm going to assume the worst of people with this much power. Your name in conjunction with blocking me from using my legal tender to purchase legal items is enough for me to not trust you. Patrick M. I hands down believe Valve over Visa/MasterCard because in around 2022 or 2023 when I was playing Contact Collection via VPN on DMM stopped accepting Visa payments over what seemed to be a very similar issue. But since the processor just got dropped and nobody in Japan cares about Visa, it was no big deal. Okay. So this person has reason to believe it as well. I don't feel like researching that Contact Collection shit. I don't feel like researching that. I haven't, the people, the UK thing. Yeah, the UK thing. I have to do more research on that too. Let's read this next one from Nathan. The thing is, you don't need to believe any of them. Exactly. That's basically what I've been saying. Everyone agrees that Visa MasterCard have these draconian policies and that someone in the chain has used them against Valve at all. Et al. I don't know what that means yet. If they don't intend to use them to censor legal content, it is on them, Visa MasterCard, as the ones holding the ultimate power to communicate clearly that fact to anyone in the chain below them, which they are not doing. I mean, yeah, using deductive/inductive reasoning, I forget which one this is, that would make a lot of sense. Or change their policy, which they are also not doing. They have the power. They have the ultimate say. Until they have taken clear and unequivocal action to remedy the situation, not just putting out mealy-mouthed corpse speak that intentionally only almost says something, it is their responsibility, ultimately. Keep the pressure up on them. Pierogi Prince. Basically, it's that the payment processors are lying, and even if Valve has a lot of power, they're ultimately at their whims. MasterCard said that they had specific legal requirements for asking Valve to remove stuff, but didn't say what it was. Visa and MasterCard have repeatedly said they only censor stuff that's illegal, and then have a secret set of standards for things that has nothing to do with what's lawful and is also not public information. Now, that is suspicious. I didn't know that. That's wild. That's what they call the fine print. And I don't mean that shit is so small that you can't see it. I mean, you have to find the print, motherfucker. That shit's not public info. Blue Wire. Let us not forget that his war has been going on since 2017. Patreon began clamping down their rules in that year. Those creators that stayed had to modify their games to meet Patreon's new rules. In 2022/23, Patreon had another huge purge. Mini games available on Steam started on Patreon and itch. Many games no longer exist there or have been discontinued because rules for games are different from movies and literature. Next to the big ones, we need incubators for small studios and indie developers to test their stuff freely. The current rules are far more restrictive than my local laws. It is fiction. You can murder in fiction. You can steal in fiction. But computer games. Yeah, that's the silly that's the silly divide between, between not physical media, between visual media and literature. There's so many more safeguards because it's so close to being live and direct that it may actually affect people on a deeper neurological level. That much is true. But that's why we have conventions for separating, fiction from reality. So, and it's for the most part understood that people who can't do that are mentally ill. So, like, again, what's the issue? Is it legal or not? And if it's not legal, why? Celestial Flower. I support the adult games in this conflict 100%. I want MasterCard and their proxies to shut the fuck up and mind their own business. It's my money. I'll buy whatever the hell I want. My points exactly. And it's easy to think this is all about the pervious stuff on Steam and itch.io. But let these people gain 2 cents worth of momentum and see how fast they come for games like Grand Theft Auto 6. The slippery slope is slippery. It's crazy, right? These same motherfuckers will be going to Epstein Island, but you can't buy some smut off Steam. Isn't that funny? They'll book yearly trips to Child Rape Island. But God forbid you rub one out to some anime children. Oh my God, some anime chicks. Holy fuck. Yo, I didn't mean to say that last part. Oh, that's funny. Somebody's clipping that. Somebody's going to clip that. But seriously, you see my point. You see my point. Oh, man. It's so fucking ironic it hurts, dog. God forbid you buy a hentai game. Meanwhile... Meanwhile, on Epstein Island, cuts to the Legion of Doom. This shit is a joke, man. Daddy Biggs. Too few people care about the slippery slope until they start to slip, and the things they like go sliding down the slope. Time for people to wake up. They're coming for everything. No pun intended there. Since when is Steam fighting it? They've rolled over and said, please, essentially. I mean, honestly, Joswaldo, I'm inclined to believe until shown otherwise, due to the massive amount of goodwill Steam has built over the years, that them speaking about it and saying who is silencing them is a form of fighting it. From where I'm sitting, at least for the time being. Because, like I said, it leads me to believe they're doing all they can because their hands are tied because of how big Visa MasterCard is and how convenient they are to have as a payment processor. That the fact that Steam has given actual names and we have we've been able to pinpoint thus far sort of kind of who it is making these requests, I think it's safe to say they're fucking fighting it. What's the number one job of any good prisoner of war? To fucking escape. I think Valve is trying to escape by giving out names, or they were. Because an update on this is that apparently... Oh, wait. That's the best part of this story. I forgot. I actually forgot about that. That's the best part of this fucking story. Let me read some more comments, and I'll give you the update on it. I won't read all of these, because this is like... There's a lot of text here, man. There's even more than the 22 comments I read before. But yeah, I'll tell you the update on that maybe after two well-reasoned comments. Let me see. Jenna. I'm 100% certain that there has to be a way around payment processor censorship for Steam and itch.io, and it could be incredibly simple. If the issue is about purchasing the embattled content directly, then simply change how the content is paid for. Oh yeah, people have suggested this. Like Steam has like a fucking system for like Steam bucks or whatever the fuck. Kind of like how Xbox and PlayStation had the point system at one time. I'm surprised Steam hasn't like implemented like a Steam card system with a Steam store credit. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be a workaround for the payment processors if that were to become a thing. It'd be pretty good. All right. For example, Steam already gives you points for purchases. Why not alter the points feature to allow for purchases via Steam points? I'm not gonna lie. Some people have over like 1 million Steam points though. They would have to make a different currency, man. There would have to be a separate Steam point cache, like premium Steam points, because you get Steam points from fucking farting. I don't think they want to tie that to games purchases. Unless you're like spending a huge amount of points. But yeah, I get the gist of this comment. It's kind of long, so I'll just skip ahead. Oh, this is a good one. I never thought I'd say this, but decentralized payment networks. It's lauded as and came out of a supposed idea about free market. There is nothing free in having two major corporations monopolize all payments in the world. But somehow consumers continue to use Steam and berate most other storefronts and continue to swallow the opium of centralized payment networks. No one saw this coming at all. And that is a good place to leave it, honestly. That's a great point. But anyway, the update. I fucking did. I planned for this. I fucking did. I just forgot it. The tab is still open. I'm just stupid. Oh, I'm just stupid. I'm just stupid. All right, so this is actually a fucking article from the White House. I don't know if this decision came via direct research on this particular issue, but the timing is just too fucking convenient. So I'm inclined to think that it is, right? So we're going to read it together. Let me see how long it is first. Pause. It's not that long. Pause. All right. Never thought I'd be saying this, but this next one is going to be coming from the White House via President Donald J. Trump. Guaranteeing fair banking for all Americans. By the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered. Section 1. Purpose. Financial institutions have engaged in unacceptable practices to restrict law-abiding individuals and businesses' access to financial services on the basis of political or religious beliefs or lawful business activities. Some financial institutions participated in government-directed surveillance programs targeting persons participating in activities and causes commonly associated with conservatism and the political right following the events that occurred at or near the United States Capitol on January 6, 2021. You know what? I kind of fucking hate. I mean, okay, fuck it. This is a bill, right? This is a political bill from the fucking White House. But I do hate how he's worded this because like a lot of the shit they've been doing has absolutely nothing to do with conservatism. Video games have fuck all to do with politics. They just have nothing to do with it at all. Like there's so many things that people fucking buy that have been targeted by fucking deranged leftists and fucking activists that have fuck all to do with politics. And that's why the way he's worded this kind of rubs me the fucking wrong way. Like, none of this shit has anything to do. Like, D&D has nothing to do with fucking politics. Fuck you. Not everything is political. Fuck you. Fuck you. I reject that stupid fucking premise. Warhammer 40K, D&D, fucking Grand Theft Auto, right? Comic books. Literature, for the love of God, dude. None of that shit is political. Fuck off. Right? But those things were affected by that shit as well. We're seeing it right now with the adult game shit. So, like, yeah. It's definitely related. Right? But this is the update to, you know, the issue that's been going on with taking games off Steam and itch.io. Like, this was like a direct solution to that. That's the only reason why I'm fucking covering it. That's the only reason why I'm covering it. The federal government suggested that such institutions flag individuals who made transactions related to companies like Cabela's and Bass Pro Shop, or who made peer-to-peer payments that involved terms like Trump or MAGA, whatever, even though there was no specific evidence tying those individuals to criminal conduct. Okay, so apparently there's like other things happening that I'm not even aware of. So maybe it is just a giant fucking coincidence that directly after Steam's battle with Visa MasterCard, this shit is happening. But anyway, this shit it seems like a direct solution to what gamers have been complaining about. So, like, yeah, bank regulators have used supervisory scrutiny and other influence over regulated banks to direct or otherwise encourage politicized or unlawful debanking activities. Yeah, right there. Right there. What was the actual threat to Steam, right? If they didn't delist the games, that Visa MasterCard would stop working with them. Operation Choke Point, for example, was a well-documented systemic means by which federal regulators pushed banks to minimize their involvement with individuals and companies engaged in lawful activities and industries disfavored by regulators based on factors other than individualized, objective, risk-based standards. As a result, individuals, their businesses, and their families have been subjected to debanking on the basis of their political affiliations, religious beliefs, or lawful business activities, and have suffered frozen payrolls, debt, and crushing interest, and other significant harms to their livelihoods, reputations, and financial well-being. I think cultural affiliation needs I don't even like government regulation, honestly, for like social issues. You know, because it's just another way to have the government in your household and fucking bedroom. But like, if anything were to be added to that list, it should be cultural affiliation as well. Because like normal shit that gamers would do, or, you know, just pop culture enthusiasts in general would do, gets lumped in with fucking being right wing, quotation marks. So cultural affiliation should absolutely be on this list, because apparently going to the gym and fitness culture is also right wing. Like, what the fuck? Like, people are obsessed with tarring and feathering objectively positive things like health and fitness with right wing. Like, being right wing, like, it's so dumb, bro. Shit like that should absolutely be added to the list of things that you can't discriminate against people for. If there was to be anything added, right? Because that shit is just as much an issue. I mean, we have examples of it, right? Like the Hogwarts.
I'm back. Sorry, what did
I've talked a whole bunch of shit, man. You missed a lot, honestly. I read through all.
Man, I missed the shit talking. I missed the roasting. What happened?
I mean, there's still more shit talking to come, but I read some comments after the Polygon Visa MasterCard issue, and I'm reading the update on it via the solution to it, because there's been some things happening with Visa MasterCard and other payment processing institutions trying to politically prosecute, subjugate, whatever the fuck, people based on their political, religious, or whatever lawful business practices that those two institutions do not agree with. They've been trying to eliminate their ability to use them as a payment processor. So this executive order was drafted to directly combat that, and this is directly related to the Visa, MasterCard, Steam issue. That's why I'm covering it. So, yeah, I was talking about how we have examples of...
I covered the bill.
I was talking about how what should be added to this list is cultural affiliation, because, of course, we have, like, gamer culture and pop culture in general being tarred and feathered as a right wing, even though it has nothing to do with politics at all. We've seen it in comics, seen it in tabletop, we're seeing it in video games, we're seeing it fucking everywhere. Film, TV, everything, fucking everything. And I even brought up the example of health and fitness being tarred and feathered as right wing for whatever fucking reason. You can't care about your health. You can't want to be fit, because apparently that's associated with being a conservative or some stupid bullshit. Like, it's just so dumb. That should definitely be a thing you add to the list of class of people that can't be discriminated against. Like, it's illegal to discriminate against them. Like, if that were to happen, that should be a thing that gets added to the list, because it's stupid. Shit that literally has nothing to do with political or religious affiliation is now being affected by this shit. And it has been getting affected by this shit for fucking like a decade and some change now, maybe longer, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the fucking cliff notes on what I've been talking about for the past like 5 or so minutes you were gone. Anything to add?
The executive order has the executive order already come into effect, or not yet?
No, it's already it's signed. Like, executive orders, you can play that bitch like a trap card, bro. Like, that shit's it's here, bro.
So then, okay, so does that lead to my next question? Have the gamers been saved?
I mean, nothing is absolute. That's why people are saying keep applying pressure. And I agree. Keep applying pressure. Because, like...
Yeah, I'd agree.
But yeah, I was reading this part here. They further undermine public trust in banking institutions and their regulators, discriminated against political beliefs and free expression of those beliefs, and weaponize a politicized regulatory state. So basically, this executive order is trying to prevent payment processors from being a sort of like unofficial government body that can punish people by cutting off their access to their money via, affiliation and association with shit other people don't like. So it is a very I agree with the spirit of this executive order. I definitely do. So I just hate how everything has become so politicized. Like, we have to look at literally everything through a fucking political lens now. It's annoying. It's really fucking annoying. But yeah.
Yeah, that it is. Very much annoying.
Honestly, what needs to come next is the ID. The ID shit needs to have something similar happen. Where the internet remains anonymous and pseudonymous, and it is my choice whether or not I decide to publish my identity on the internet, and you do not get to ask me to provide my fucking personal information to use your services. It should be made straight up illegal. There are other ways of verifying age other than me showing my fucking ID or getting in front of a camera. No, that shit should be made illegal. Period. But anyway.
Wait, what does pseudonymous mean?
Pseudonymous means you go by a pseudonym or an alias. Technically, the two of us are not anonymous because we have names. Kaine, Soups. These are just aliases. Johnny Q, still a man? Right winger. Oh, man. Go ahead. Light gaming, working out, right-wing fascist. Exactly. Those two things have nothing to do with fucking anything, but they'll call you a right-wing conservative if you like gaming and working out. It's so dumb. You like red meat? Like, what the fuck, bro? I hate this shit. I hate the timeline we live in, bro. I can't breathe without being called a right winger. Achoo! Aha! Stupid. Dumb as fuck, bro. I hate this timeline. Go ahead.
I was gonna say. Wait. Technically, since we're using fake names, isn't that pseudonyms for us?
Yes, that's why it's called. That's why I said pseudonymous.
Oh.
Is it pseudonymous or pseudonymous?
But these aren't our real names.
I don't even know. I don't even fuck. No, it's a name. We have a name. We have an icon. People have a
pseudonym
to refer. Yes.
It's
like Spider-Man, right? He's not anonymous because people know that individual as Spider-Man. They're not completely anonymous to the point where you don't know who they are. You have a reference for them. You know what I mean? That's the difference. That's why it's not really anonymity. Because we can put a name to a face or a costume.
Do all that in 40K, and we all roleplayed our specific factions. Okay, when it comes to 40K, I am never gonna live down that one freaking author who tried to make a character based off of Sargon.
Dude, they immortalized Sargon. Bro, that is the biggest flex alive. He's been immortalized in Warhammer 40K canon. As a fan of Warhammer 40K, as a fucking warlord, dog. Bro, the enemy tries to dismantle you and they make you look dope every time. What happens every time a faction tries to paint their enemy as vicious monsters? Right? It makes you seem more intimidating.
They just make them look. Right?
Oh man, they're stupid. Contractually obligated to aim a 50 AE Desert Eagle directly at your foot. Contractually every minute, bro.
Contractually obligated.
It is in their job description. Oh my god.
It's like we are paying you $3,000 to shoot yourself in the foot.
Facts. Do it or you're fired. Like
shit, I feel like they're paid even less than that. Shit, I'm just being generous with that number.
Section 2 policy. Hang on, let me finish reading this. Hang on. Section 2 policy. It is the policy of the United States that no American should be denied access to financial services because of their constitutionally or statutorily protected beliefs, affiliations, or political views, and to ensure that politicized or unlawful debanking is not used as a tool to inhibit such beliefs, affiliations, or political views. Banking decisions must instead be made on the basis of individualized, objective, and risk-based analyses. Section 3 definitions the term politicized or unlawful debanking refers to an act by a bank, savings association, credit union, or other financial services provider to directly or indirectly adversely restrict access to or adversely modify the conditions of accounts, loans, or other banking products or financial services of any customer or potential customer on the basis of the customer's or potential customer's political or religious beliefs, or on the basis of the customer's or potential customer's lawful business activities that the financial service provider disagrees with or disfavors for political reasons. Yeah, by the way, Collective Shout is a feminist organization. So that is directly political. So yeah. Like yeah, this directly affects them and MasterCard and Visa. Like they have to allow Steam to let them use their services for smut on Steam and shit. So yeah, that there it is, black and white. Section 3B. The term federal banking regulators refers to Small Business Administration and the federal member agencies of the Financial Stability Oversight Council with supervisory and regulatory authority over banks, savings associations, and credit unions. Or credit unions. Section 4. Removing reputation risk and politicized or unlawful debanking. A. Within 180 days of the date of this order, each appropriate federal banking regulator shall, to the greatest extent permitted by law, remove the use of reputation risk or equivalent concepts that could result in politicized or unlawful debanking. So yeah, this is basically the social credit score thing. Reputation risk. That's I mean, to me that sounds like social credit score. You know what I mean? There's another discussion about the social credit score there, but I'll save that for another time. But yeah. No, that discussion does not have to do with anyone in particular. It's the concept itself. But anyway, moving on. As well as any other considerations that could be used to engage in such debanking from their guidance documents, manuals, and other materials, other than existing regulations or other materials requiring notice and comment rulemaking. Used to regulate or examine financial institutions over which they have jurisdiction. The removal of such concepts shall be made clear by each appropriate federal banking regulator through formal guidance to their examiners. The federal banking regulators shall also consider rescinding or amending existing regulations consistent with applicable law to eliminate or amend any regulations that could result in politicized or unlawful debanking, and to ensure that any regulated firms or individuals' reputation is considered for regulatory, supervisory, banking, or enforcement purposes solely to the extent necessary to reach a reasonable and apolitical risk-based assessment. Section 4B. The SBA shall, within 60 days of the date of this order, give notice to all financial institutions with which it guarantees loans under its lending programs, requiring that each financial institution that is subject to the SBA's jurisdiction and supervision, within 120 days of the date of this order, makes reasonable efforts to identify and reinstate any previous clients of the institution or any subsidiaries denied service through a politicized or unlawful debanking action in violation of a statutory or regulatory requirement under Section 7A of the Small Business Act, 15 U.S.C. 636, or any requirement in a standard operating procedures manual or policy notice related to a program or function of the Office of Capital Access, with notice of the reinstatement sent to the victim. God damn, that was a long sentence. Oh, my God.
Yeah, but reading the regulations and policies and orders, it tend to be a fucking mouthful.
It's legalese, bro. Reading this shit, it's like repeating yourself. And then repeating yourself to repeat yourself, and then repeating yourself to repeat yourself to repeat yourself, so that there's no conceivable way to misinterpret anything in the bill. No loopholes, motherfucker. We said what we said, and we meant it exactly the way we said it the third time.
I know they're doing it to be super specific.
Yes.
And straight doing it to be super specific to get to the and being to the point.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it also always rings as also always rings like someone trying to read like the end of the word count on a college essay. I don't know why. It just always does.
Bullshitting.
Even if it's like good executive orders that
this shit
like even the good executive orders feel like that.
This shit is a chastity belt, bro. You can't fuck this up. Like, you can't. There's no breaking this shit. 2, within 120 days of the date of this order, identifies all potential clients denied access to financial services provided by the financial institution or any subsidiaries through a politicized or unlawful debanking action in violation of a statutory or regulatory requirement under Section 7A of the Small Business Act, or any requirement in a standard operating procedures manual or policy notice related to a program or function of the Office of Capital Access. It provides notice to each victim advising of the denied access and the renewed option to engage in such services previously denied. And, bro, this is like, this is the linguistic equivalent of going up 7, Like fucking 12 flights of stairs, dog. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, have we reached the top yet? And 3, within 120 days of the date of this order.
You mean the bottom?
Go ahead. Have you reached the bottom? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, going downstairs is easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3. Within 120 days of the date of this order, identifies all potential clients denied access to payment processing services provided by the financial institution or any subsidiaries through a politicized or unlawful debanking action in violation of a statutory or regulatory requirement under Section 7A of the Small Business Act, or any requirement in a standard operating procedures manual or policy notice related to a program or function of the Office of Capital Access, and provides notice to each victim advising of the denied access and the renewed option to engage in such services previously denied. Section 5, scrutinizing politicized or unlawful debanking. A, within 180 days of the date of this order, the Secretary of the Treasury, in consultation with the assistance of the President for Economic Policy, shall develop a comprehensive strategy for further measures to combat politicized or unlawful debanking activities of financial regulators and financial institutions across the federal government, including consideration of legislative or regulatory options to eliminate such debanking. Fuck. B, within 120 days of the date of this order, each federal banking regulator shall conduct a review to identify financial institutions subject to its jurisdiction that have had any past or current formal or informal policies or practices that require, encourage, or otherwise influence such financial institution to engage in politicized or unlawful debanking, and to take appropriate remedial action to the extent authorized and consistent with applicable law, including levying fines, issuing consent decrees, or imposing other disciplinary measures against any financial institution subject to the jurisdiction of such federal banking regulator that such federal banking regulator finds has engaged in politicized or unlawful debanking that violates applicable that violates applicable law, including Section 5 of the Federal Trade Commission Act, 15 U.S.C. 45, Section 1030 of the Consumer Financial Protection Act, 12 U.S.C. 5531, and the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. Holy fuck, see, shit.
I pray for the day that you get to read an executive order in front of Congress one day.
Dude, this is hilarious. All right. C, within 180 days of the date of this order, the federal... What? Go ahead.
You should see what Toast says. You should have read what Toast said.
What did she say?
He said this is good as Kaine ASMR.
Shit is funny, bro. Half the people are just using this shit as white noise to get to sleep. No bullshit. Kaine reads White House executive order. Fuck it. All right. C. Within 180 days of the date of this order, the federal banking regulators shall review their current supervisory and complaint data to identify any financial institution that has engaged in unlawful debanking on the basis of religion, and if such financial institution is unable to obtain compliance within the meaning of 15 U.S.C. 1691 and 1691 E.G., refer such matters to the Attorney General for an appropriate civil action as appropriate. Section 6, general provisions. Nothing in this order shall be construed to impair or otherwise affect 1, the authority granted by law to an executive department or agency or the head thereof, or 2, the functions of the director of the Office of Management and Budget relating to budgetary, administrative, or legislative proposals. B, this order shall be implemented consistent with applicable law and subject to the availability of appropriations. C, this order is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit, substantive or procedural, enforceable at law, or inequity by any part against the United States, its departments, agencies, or entities, its officers, employees, or agents, or any other person, in a partridge in a pear tree. D, the costs for publication of this order shall be borne by the Small Business Administration. Donald J. Trump, the White House, August 7, 2025. Holy fuck. We did it. We did it. Oh my God. Where's my soundboard? We fucking did it. Do I have a soundboard? Hang on. I need applause for that. Do I have a soundboard? Damn it. I don't have a soundboard here. Actually, do I? If I can get a soundboard on the stage, I'll do it. Damn it, I don't have a soundboard. That's depressing. But anyway, we're done. That's the order. I'm pretty sure all of you got the point by the fucking middle or something. Well, there we go. That's the whole thing. So yeah, that's the update for the Steam's fight against payment processors. Woo. Woo. Players rise up and all that shit. All right. At least some of the dystopia has been alleviated, at least temporarily. But that doesn't mean the corporations.
Okay. Sorry about.
Stop trying. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. I just got back. What did you? Wait, did you already finish reading the executive order?
You left in the middle. I hate you. Yes, I did. It's. I'm done.
I said I'd be right back. I didn't think you. I thought you heard me.
I was laughing or something. I was in the middle of something. I did not hear that.
You're laughing at you trying to read the whole thing.
Dude,
Damn,
it was the same. It started off the same
man.
way every time, man. But anyway, I was talking about how we're getting more and more dystopian. At least some of it has been alleviated by, that executive order, but that doesn't mean that corporations won't stop trying. For instance, we have this next article from a publication I've never heard of before called Sandra Rose. YouTube, Spotify, and other platforms requiring government IDs in August. Yeah, this was always where this was heading. I hope you didn't have a stroke hearing me say that, but this is always the destination of this fucking government ID shit. Everyone was gonna try and do it, right? And YouTube has come out with some statement trying to run interference for it, saying, hey, it's just age verification. Like no one is required to give their government ID, even though I literally lost certain functions on my channel because they want me to submit ID to re-enable them. But fuck that, I guess. But yeah. Oh yeah. See, that's how they weasel their way out of it. No one is required to give their ID to use YouTube. Yeah, but you're gonna make it very easy to avoid that, just like you did during Jab Crow, aren't you? We're not gonna force you to do it. We're just gonna make it so inconvenient that it's way easier for you to do that than to use anything else without the fucking. Like, we know how this goes. We know how this fucking goes. We know how it goes. We're not gonna make you do it. We're just gonna annoy the fuck out of you until eventually we make you do it yourself. You do it yourself. Like, we know how this fucking goes. Go ahead, Soups.
We know the games. We know how.
I've read a few dystopian fiction books, bro. I've read a few. I've seen the game. I've lived through some dystopian. Do not forget, we lived through a dystopia. Like, it was here. It was here for the better part of 2 years. We were there. Matter of fact, we never left, honestly. Like, you will own nothing and be happy. That was a real fucking commercial. Cricket powder is a real thing. Like, we used to see the protein cube shit in like sci-fi movies. They're trying to make that shit a reality. Cricket-based recipes and shit. No. No. Ah, man. Anyway. I don't know if I already read the title. I'm going to read it again. YouTube, Spotify, and other platforms requiring government IDs in August. I think I did. Anyway. TikTok users are in a frenzy over a new... My bad. TikTok users are in a frenzy over a new requirement that users submit photo identification to confirm their age on the platform. The new age verification measure launched this month, August 2025. Some platforms are demanding government IDs just to log in to use their service, and there it is right there. No. If you ever see a fucking platform doing this, do not use it. Like I said, I've never been one to tell people what the fuck to do ever, like especially when it comes to purchases. It's time to start doing that shit now. Shit has gotten too bad. Do not use any platform that requires you to use your government ID to access it. Don't do it. Find something else. You don't need to use that shit that bad, I promise. Like I said earlier, what just fucking happened with a group of people that gave up their IDs and their government IDs and their addresses and pictures of themselves? What happened, bro? The fucking T app. What the fuck happened? They didn't store the shit properly. All of the information was stored on a public repository that you could just go to and download all the files from. And now all those people are fucking ousted. Why the fuck? That shit gave anyone all the reason they need to never comply with any of this shit. There's nothing you can fucking say to convince me otherwise. Nothing. Tyrant Inferno, what's up, man? It really is over? Nah. We still have time. Skimbles, what's up, man? In the future.
I was gonna say, not yet.
Skimbles, in the future, you can't buy the AI slop anthropomorphic burger anime girl good game for $277. I know why you put $277. Clever. Hot take. I'm not a big fan of the Wow.
I mean, who is?
Toast. She didn't say hot take, but it's just funny. Here's how they get you to comply. You will lose your entire income if you do not comply with this mandate. Yeah? Yeah. And then they fuck around and people don't like that very much. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Anyway, yeah. Like I said earlier as well, they're targeting things like porn because they know how embarrassing it is to defend that. And like I figured that shit out pretty much immediately when it came out, and I was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna defend porn. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm gonna defend porn, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. No, do not give your driver's license to a porn site. Don't do it. Go to the site that does not need you to give your driver's license to beat off. Go there. Fuck you. All right? Do not give your driver's license to jack off. Don't do it. It's stupid. It's the stupidest shit ever. And all of this under the guise of protecting children. What do you mean? TikTok users called the new tech the mark of the beast. How fucking appropriate. Others say the internet is dead. Dead internet theory. Oh my God. We could do a whole stream on dead internet theory. Oh, that would be so much fun. Apparently, there's been studies coming out that the majority of users that a lot of people have been interacting with have been bots, and they don't even know it because the bots have gotten so good at mimicking human speech and human interaction. But that's over the internet, though. You know what I mean? That's over the internet via text. You know? So, like, it would be a lot easier for AI to blend in that way. So I kind of believe it. I kind of do. Kind of. A little.
That's kind of scary.
It's very scary.
That's kind of scary.
It's extremely scary. Maybe you're fake. I'm definitely not one of the bots. Bots are not as creative as me.
That sounds like something a bot would say.
Shut up. Bots are not as creative as me. At all. It's not even close. But yeah, and kids on TikTok are urging users to buy MP3 players rather than submit government identification to listen to music on Spotify. I'm definitely, bro, I stopped using Spotify how long ago? If they're doing that shit, I'm super not going back. I'm super not going back to Spotify. I'm telling you, the day they roll that shit out, I'll be right there to cover it. Do not comply with that shit. Go listen to something else. Fuck Spotify. If they're implementing shit like that, fuck Spotify. What the fuck do I need to give Spotify my ID for? To listen to music. It's so dumb. Social media users were caught off guard by how quickly this new measure was implemented. Excuse me. Some users argue that ISPs, AT&T, Comcast, etc. already know who we are. But big tech companies also want to know who's using their service. I mean, AT&T and Comcast can intercept your networking traffic because you're literally, they're providing your internet. I mean, I'm sure they do know who you are. I mean, especially since you're fucking paying them with your fucking card information and your name is on the card. I'm sure they do know, you know. But, you know, that's me and my fucking internet service provider in my local geographical region, not anyone in the entire world at a moment's fucking notice. You know what I mean? But anyway. But big tech companies also want to know who's using their service. I think I already read that. Internet users say they are not willing to share their identifications with big tech companies. The list of big tech companies that require government IDs includes Spotify, YouTube, Xbox, and Discord. And then YouTube came out with that statement. I wonder if I can find that statement that YouTube. I wonder if I can find that statement YouTube put out. You know? I'm going to try and do it after I finish this article if I can find it. Oh, it's done. FYI, SandraRose.com will never ask users to submit government IDs to comment on the blog. Thank you for supporting that. Solidarity. All right, so let me see if I can find that shit that YouTube fucking that shit YouTube said. YouTube ID requirements. Okay, so fuck, there's a Reddit article about this shit. Hang on. Why am I being enticed to click Reddit?
No. Wait, shouldn't you finish up the article you have right now and then go check that?
No, the article ended.
Or did you already finish?
Yeah, that was the end of the article.
Oh shit! I thought there was still stuff left. Never mind.
Okay, so this is under the R YouTube subreddit. I can't believe I'm doing this. This is under the R YouTube subreddit. To those concerned about the incoming YouTube ID verification. Okay, so settings. You can see here, this is a splash or a snapshot of the settings page on somebody's account. And then feature eligibility. I already said something about this, didn't I? Standard features enabled, intermediate features enabled, advanced features, you know, eligible, valid ID, video verification, channel history. Yeah, these were the features that got stripped away from my channel because of that. I think one of these. Yeah, channel history. Isn't that funny, right? Channel history is one of the things that you can submit, quote unquote, for advanced features, but we know where that leads to. What do you mean by channel history? You know, like it takes nothing to get a fucking copyright strike or a warning. Nothing. You don't champion for the fucking you don't take up for the fucking content creator. You always side with the corpo, even if it's fair use. Because it's not about whether or not it's actually fair use. It's about what can be proven in court. And who the fuck is paying all these court fees to prove that a fucking YouTube video is fair use? Who's doing that? Who has the time? Who has the capital? It's rigged. It's rigged. So yeah, man. Expand your reach on YouTube and beyond with these advanced features. Appealing content ID claims. Wow. You can't even appeal content ID claims? What? That shit isn't it. Well, it didn't work anyway. Bro, what? You know what? Fuck that. Fuck it. I don't even know why I give a damn. Because appealing the shit doesn't do anything anyway. It doesn't matter. External links and video descriptions. Embedded live streams. Create more live streams daily. Create more shorts daily. Test and compare different thumbnails. Now there's limits on how many streams and shorts you can upload a day. Ain't that about a bitch, bro? Video verification means revealing your face. Valid ID, giving your driver's license. Channel history. Channel history, that's that nebulous shit I said earlier. But anyway, there's been a lot of opinions out there about the new ID verification system, and I'm going to state two things which I have not seen mentioned yet to hopefully correct some common misconceptions. I don't give a fuck if it's a misconception or not. Why are you asking me for my ID?
Like, what's there to...
Why is that an option?
I was about to say, yeah, what's there to misconcept?
I mean, they're gonna...
Like, what's there to misconcept?
Misconceive. I know what they're gonna say. It's not required. Who cares? Why are they asking for it? The fact that they're asking for it and it's even an option should be enough to make me raise my ears. You know what I mean? Raise my eyebrow. Why are you offering me to give you my ID? Stupid. YouTube already asked for ID and has done so for many years. Some advanced features like embedding live streams or appealing content ID claims have required ID verification for years. I have done this process many times across many channels, and I have never faced any issues after doing so. Google even claims to delete the ID sometime after you're verified. That shit doesn't matter. They still don't require you to give your driver's license or anything like that. So that's not even anywhere near the same. That's not even anywhere near the same thing. If you look deep enough in your Google data settings, you can actually see if/when it was removed from their system. Like I would fucking believe them. After providing my ID to them so many times already over so many years, I can confirm that nothing bad has come from it. Oh, good for you. YouTube did not come up with this idea all by themselves. I'm sure they didn't. Wow. Everyone's unhappy with the change, which is completely fair. However, they're unfairly directing the hatred towards YouTube as if it was their idea to start this forced verification process. What the fuck? Who the fuck should we be mad at, dickhead? They make the ultimate decisions as the company. What are you talking about? Our governments have put pressure onto all social media platforms to request ID from all their users, even going as far as to offer big penalties, fines for companies that fail to do so. First of all, I don't believe you. The only companies I've seen this happen to are porn sites. Second, if that is the case, what the fuck does that have to do with us? What does that have to do with us? I can't be upset because the government's making them do it. The people who have more power than the government are being forced by the government to ask me for ID. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that shit. I don't. In conclusion.
Yeah, what happened to power of the people?
Right. I haven't seen any such thing going around for websites in general. I've literally only ever seen it for porn sites. That's it. I have no idea what this person's talking about. I wish they would have linked a fucking article or law or executive order, something for proof of that claim. I have seen no evidence of anyone requiring YouTube, Spotify, or any other non-porn site to ask you for ID. Have not seen it. In conclusion, YouTube is being forced by lawmakers to impose forced verification. These restrictions are being put in place to end online anonymity.
It's a region thing.
These restrictions are being put in place to end online anonymity. Dystopian. They will tell you it is to protect the younger generation, but their true intention is to link an identity to every online persona so they can hold people accountable for things said and done on the internet. No shit. Absolutely.
Accountable.
So they can hold people accountable for the things they have said and done online. How are people really this short-sighted? Wrong-sighted, but I get it. Then why is the UK actively trying to get Apple to make a backdoor to have apps break encryption on messaging apps? EU wants to remove encryption as well. You know what's crazy? We've had shit like this happen where businesses will essentially roll over and show their belly to the government in order to snitch on their customers. What was that popular gun safe company? Liberty Safe. They fucking gave the code to a person's gun safe to the feds, and everyone fucking revolted. Not revolted, you know what I mean? Like, they fucking, no one trusted Liberty Safe ever again after that.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would they? Why would they? What's good, Sham?
Jesus.
What's good, Heroes fan?
I think I heard about that case from. I think I heard about that from one of the GunTuber channels, but damn.
Yeah, like we've seen other things like this occur. Yet there's people who are being useful idiots by saying, "Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?" They always say that shit. That shit comes up in every discussion, all the time. It's funny how half the people saying that shit are like child predators. But anyway, I have read 4 compelling safety proposals countering this bill that allows for more parental control on devices and online accounts without compromising the family's anonymity online. The UK government turned them down without stating why. We know why! It's the government. Take a wild shot in the dark as to why they turned down a real solution that gives you more power or allows you to retain your current power. Take a wild guess. Go on LinkedIn and read articles on those who advise the government against this in detail. What the fuck? Go on LinkedIn and read. Hang on, I'm having a stroke. Go on LinkedIn and read articles on those who advise the government against this in detail. Tears why the what the fuck? In detail tears why this was a bad idea. I think I know what the fuck they're trying to say. Additionally, not sure if you have been paying attention to what's happening on that side, but you could already be held for held to account for your online words. So this does less than nothing. I mean, in the UK, yeah, you could already be arrested for fucking tweets. This is about control this is about control, always was. They have been given multiple options that preserve our privacy, and they purposefully choose the most invasive, and it need to be. God damn it! You're killing me. You're killing me, dude. Fuck. And it need to be reminded it was choice, as for years they lambasted China for similar policies, advises those in China/Russia to use VPNs to access true news and not state propaganda. Can't wait. We are gaslit on this. Listen, man. He's spitting, right? Like, I get it. Like, he has a point, but fuck me, this shit is hard to read. I'm sorry. When we look back a decade, if not less, from no, less from no, and ask where the pitchforks should have been, their highest to steep the data creep and policy climb, the online safety bill and Spotify YouTube verification will be in there. THEIR. Safety. It was well understood why no one government platform should be trusted with this data, as the intensives to abuse are too high. Looking at system operations, it mirrors what many Gazans go through with their surveillance system, and it's scary how few outlets point out similar contractors pivoting to the same ID/biometric space. People are not overreaching, I would argue, under, as we will only feel its full consequence in 3 years. I don't think I need to read more comments after that. Not only because I'm suffering from a brain hemorrhage, having to filter all of that gobbledygook, but also because I think we should
gobbledygook. The material.
What'd you say?
I mean, I think the material from the gobbledygook was pretty. I think the gobbledygook seemed pretty on point. It's just
it was on point, but Toast. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It wasn't because I can't read and I can't pronounce words. I just got done reading a fucking executive order with legalese in it. I can read my ass off. That shit was just syntax errors, grammatical errors, incorrect word usage, poor sentence structure. I was fighting for my fucking life. That's what was happening. Content eligible for Content ID. The features described in this article are available only to partners who use YouTube's Content ID matching system. When you enable a piece of content for Content ID matching, YouTube automatically generates claims against other users' uploaded content that matches. Oh, wait, never mind. Content eligible for content. Oh, never mind. This is the wrong shit. This is the Content ID system. This isn't like
It's not the actual ID from the.
Yeah, ID verification.
Government ID.
Yeah.
You know, I was trying to ask this question earlier, but maybe it's the region thing. Like, maybe it's like YouTube on the European side where you'll probably see the. I've been hearing lately that it's happening on that at that front.
Okay, here we go. There's a Q&A.
Hasn't happened on this end yet.
Okay, no, wait. Let me reframe this. So, this was due to YouTube implementing an ID thing to verify age, right? People took issue with that because they fear it's going to lead to like actual requirements for ID, like hard requirements for ID to use the platform or some of its features. And this was the article linked to that, you know, because it was about protecting teenagers in the younger generation, extending protections to more US-based teens. Hi, everyone. Starting August 13, 2025, we'll begin rolling out an age estimation model to determine if, using AI to verify age. There you go. Tying more into our dystopian themes for the night, this also involves AI. I forgot about that. Starting August 13, 2025, we'll be rolling out an age estimation model to determine if a US-based user is under the age of 18. So yeah, right. Forget about the fact that biological development and age stop correlating after a certain amount of time, and certain people look younger than their actual age. We're going to use AI to identify if you're above the age of 18. Yeah, right. Okay. I can't possibly see how this could go wrong. This will happen regardless of the birth date you entered when creating your... Yeah. This will happen regardless of the birth date you entered when creating your account. Like, am I going to have to show my fucking birth certificate, YouTube? We'll then use that to extend age-appropriate product experiences and protections to more teens, like enabling digital well-being tools and only showing non-personalized ads. This shit is... Does anyone not read this and see the immediate pitfalls with such a thin margin of error between the ages of 16 to 18? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna be. This is not taking into account the actual, how to say. It does not actually take into account people actually, like young adults, teens to young adults. The in between on that, it's not taken down into account.
People having a more youthful appearance than their actual age would suggest. Fuck those people. That's a very common phenomenon, by the way. Like, it's very, very, very common. Fuck that, I guess. These
So
protections.
essentially, if you have a baby face, you're kind of screwed.
Oh yeah, you're fucked. You're fucked. These protections for teens are not new. We now have enhanced technology to more accurately determine whether or not a user is under 18 and are now able to extend these protections to more teenagers. We've used this approach in other markets for some time where it is working well, and we are now gradually rolling it out to the US. I don't fucking believe you. You've provided no evidence for me to believe that claim. None. Not that I would believe you still, because, you know, you would do anything to try and convince me that this is real. You know what I mean? Like, you could easily just fabricate the evidence. Like, why would I ever believe you? Why? How does it work? The age estimation model uses a variety of signals such as YouTube activity and longevity of the account. If we determine you're under 18, you'll be notified. As always, you'll have the option to verify your age through government ID, selfie, or credit card. If you believe our age estimation model is incorrect, wow. Guilty until proven innocent. Excellent. What does this mean for viewers? If we determine that a user is, you now have to prove to me that you are not under the age of 8. Fuck me. What does this mean for viewers? If we determine that a user is under 18, standard protections for teen accounts on YouTube will automatically be enabled. These protections are already applied for users who tell us they are under 18 when making their accounts, such as showing only non-personalized ads, enabling digital well-being to what the fuck? Personalized ads? How the fuck are any other cropped porn ads on YouTube personalized? I don't even fuck it. Enabling digital well-being tools by default. This includes take a break and bedtime reminders. Showing reminders about privacy when uploading a video or commenting publicly. Minimizing recommendations of videos with content that could be problematic if viewed in repetition. God, man, don't let YouTube parent your children.
If viewed in repetition?
Yes, it's gonna helicopter
This
mom.
is already more retarded than the fucking than them having
helicopter mom YouTube, man. Go ahead.
This is already more retarded than them having a. I'll try to say this is more retarded than them having a.
Having a what?
I'm willing to bet most kids don't actually use YouTube Kids section.
Oh, the
how
YouTube
like every
Kids?
cartoon clip that they show on YouTube is like, yeah, like all the comment sections and like dislike ratios and shit like that are blocked because of YouTube Kids. I hate that. I hate that so much.
They also had Happy Tree Friends on YouTube Kids for a time. That was funny. That was really funny.
That is. Oh, I didn't even know that. I just got back to rewatching that. I didn't even know.
Yeah, that was funny. But yeah,
it's hilarious.
But seriously, Toast, look up the cam girl ads and the anime waifu and like softcore and hardcore porn ads that are on YouTube. They're just cropped out. Just look them up. Like, people are posting them all the time, talking about like, why the fuck is this on YouTube? But anyway,
dude. Well, my thing is, who uses personalized ads in the first place? Like, why would you? Who cares about customizing their ads? People just don't want ads on there in the first place.
I mean, the thing is, personalized ads are usually turned on by default because they're algorithmically generated based on your behavior on the net. Like, that's why you see advertisements for the last thing you were looking to buy. Like, you know, I was shopping for like Bluetooth speakers, and suddenly there's ads for fucking Bluetooth speakers on the side of my shit. And like, Google directly tells you it's a personalized ad. I haven't figured out how to stop it yet, but yeah, like, they're turned on by default usually. Like, they use the assumptive approach when it comes to stuff like that. So most people are using it because a lot of people probably just don't care to turn it off or don't know how. Go ahead.
But I failed to see any market. any Nazi right-wing marketing for after all the channels I've been watching, so I'm pretty sure the personalized ad system is failing already.
Wow. That was a joke, Mr. CIA NSA man. No, but seriously. As a reminder, you must be 18 or older to watch age-restricted videos determined by us or verified by you. What does this mean for creators? Based on... Why did it jump to the top of the page? What does this mean for creators? Based on our age estimation model, we'll apply some additional protections, including setting uploads as private by default for anyone, restricting the ability to earn from gifts on vertical live streams. Some creators may experience a shift in their audience categorized as teens under 18. This may result in a decrease in ad revenue since we only serve non-personalized ads to those viewers. We estimate this will have limited impact for most creators. We're committed to supporting creators, and as always, no, you're not. We're investing in new solutions to help give creators more ways to grow their community and make money on YouTube. No, you're not. Audience reports and YouTube analytics are currently based on the age provided by the user. We are working to update this soon. Subscribe to this forum to stay updated. This work is fundamental to how YouTube safeguards our users and will continue to invest to protect their ability to explore safely online. Team YouTube. So there is an FAQ posted. We're gonna go through that. We're watching specific types of videos such as Pokemon, Minecraft, anime, Roblox, etc. Go ahead.
Dude, the whole section is now calling me a fed. Thanks a lot.
Super is glowing. He's not. Rudy, stop. Soups is not a glowy. That'd be a fucking twist, wouldn't it, bro? Oh my god. Your friend saying we've got everything we need. We've got everything we need. What was the other thing they say? Fucking it basically signals them to come in and arrest you. Your best friend of 20 years. We got everything we need.
I was like, something breach. It is like, all right, prepare for breach or something like that, and all of a sudden a bunch of feds just start busted through the door like that one meme.
Motherfucker don't even apologize. Just look at you stone faced like you were the best man at my wedding. I'm sorry it had to be this way. They don't even say that shit. It's nothing personal. Head ass. God damn, cold.
They don't. Like they don't even say I was just following orders. They just stone cold.
They just walk up to you, you sicken me, and spit in your eye. I've been waiting to do that for 15 years.
15 years.
We broke bread together. I know your family. My family are also undercover agents. Anyway, this joke has gone on too long. That'd be some fuck shit, though. Okay, first question. Will watching specific types of videos, such as Pokemon, Minecraft, anime, Roblox, etc., get my account classified as under 18? I hope not. We understand that users on YouTube have a variety of interests. Our age estimation model does not look at one form of content in isolation to determine if an account is under age or 18. Okay. Is YouTube going to start requiring ID from all its users? This is the one I wanted. No one is required to provide their ID to use YouTube. If our age estimation model determines you are under 18, you will be notified. If you believe this is incorrect, you have the option to verify your age by submitting a government ID, selfie, or credit card. So yeah, we're not going to force you to do it. We're just going to annoy the shit out of you until you do it yourself. It's the same shit. You are under the age of 18. Prove that you are not. Or else. You know?
It's gonna be... Dude, if this actually comes through on our end, this is gonna be such a pain in the ass to manage.
I don't know how the fuck they would... I don't know how they would say I'm under the age of 18, seeing as the age of my account is like... It's so fucking old, man. It's so old. I'm pretty sure it's more than 18 years old, this account. Users can choose not to submit ID and continue to use
your
YouTube.
account?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my account is more than 18 years old. I'm pretty sure. My math might be off. I haven't checked the age of this account. I haven't
This might
checked
be bad
the.
for another account now.
I haven't checked the year this account was. Oh fuck, this is a different account. You're right. Shit. My original account is definitely over there.
Like, there's another account. I'm gonna have to kind of check this account and another account, and hope I'm not getting screwed.
Yeah. Users can choose to submit ID and continue to use YouTube with standard protections applied to teen accounts. Teen viewers have access to all of YouTube except age-restricted content, such as content that has excessive violence or nudity. Okay, will YouTube consider how long an account has been active when making an assessment? Yes, longevity of the account is one of the various factors taken into account by the age estimation model while making a determination. Will YouTube think that I'm under 18 if my child watches kids' content on my account or device? Our model uses a variety of signals, and we are confident. Why don't they just say no or some shit, bro? I don't need this long-winded bullshit. Like,
You know, they can never do that, man. They can never.
In the scenario where our age estimation model has got this wrong,
straightforward?
Our model uses a variety of signals, and we are confident that these signals help us correctly account for instances of parents or caregivers watching together with kids and make a determination based on the overall data. And as is always the case in this scenario, you can always verify your age by using government-issued ID, a selfie, or your credit card information. That is not a no.
Hell no.
That is not a no. The answer to this question is maybe. Wow. All right. That is not a no. You see how they say no at the beginning before saying all this shit? They do not do that here. That's worrisome.
You want to know what's also worrisome?
Go ahead.
We are now getting our own labels
What's that?
now, and I'm being called a Hisaxi, Hispanic, and Nazi.
What the fuck is... Whoever came up with
I'm
that...
ascended. I've ascended now.
Whoever came up with that, fuck you. You're an idiot. Unless you're joking. Fuck you, you're an idiot still. But still, at least it's funny. Will teens that watch my videos still be able to find them? Teen viewers will still be able to watch all content on YouTube and your channel except age-restricted content. You can check if your content is age-restricted by going to YouTube Studio and using the age restriction filter, or by looking for age restriction in the restrictions column on your videos page. How does YouTube safeguard teens through content recommendations in November 2023? I'm skipping that. Idealizing specific fitness levels or body weights, featuring real-world social aggression. What the fuck? Wait a minute. I have to read some of this. We worked with our youth advisory committee to identify categories of content these safeguards should be applied to. Wow. I'm reading the whole thing just because of that. In November 2023, we announced the launch of safeguards for content recommendations for teens. These safeguards work by limiting repeated recommendations of categories of videos that are innocuous in a single view, but could be problematic. What kind of people use language like that? If viewed in repetition for some young viewers. Holy fuck. God forbid teens have access to all the information. That could be problematic if viewed in repetition for some young viewers. These safeguards are applied automatically to all users under 18 on YouTube globally. So YouTube will only shovel slop into the ears of your youth. Isn't that great? So everyone that grew up on Dr. Randomer Cam, Sargon of Akkad, fucking who else? Fill in the blank, bro. Whoever grew up on those types of content creators, Teal Deer, you know what I mean? Yeah, that shit's over with. That shit is over with. That shit will never happen again. These safeguards work by limiting repeated recommendations of categories of videos that are innocuous in a single view, but could be problematic if viewed in repetition for some young viewers. These safeguards are applied automatically to all users under 18 on YouTube globally. We worked with our youth advisory committee to identify categories of content these safeguards should be applied to, including idealizing specific fitness levels or body weights. So your kid is not going to be able to find Elliot Hulse or Athlean X or any other fitness content creator that openly despises being overweight and says being overweight is bad. Being in shape is better. That's problematic. Featuring real world social aggression.
It's already.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's already bad because the algorithm already shoves a bunch of Mr. Beast crap in children's faces. Now that you're telling me that they're gonna be stuck with getting that, plus obese Mr. Beasts now, bro, they're really trying to cook the.
Featuring real world social aggression, non-contact fights and intimidation. Portrayal of delinquency or negative behaviors.
Arguing?
Real world social aggression. I mean, bro, an argument is technically a fight. It's a non-contact fight and can involve heated discussions, which could be intimidating. I don't know how loose or how strict the interpretation of any of these lines are, man. I don't know. We see how finicky they are with their terms of service. Why the fuck should I think any of this will be any different? Portrayal of delinquency or negative behaviors such as cheating on a test, lying for personal benefit, or participating in public pranks and stunts that negatively impact others. You can learn more about the existing safeguards we have in place for content recommendations to teens here. We are not making any changes to recommendations as a result of this launch. Man.
They're not even gonna let them watch funny prank videos anymore. This is stupid.
Not really. This is a privacy violation. YouTube should answer for this act, and if they say that they're trying to protect kids, it doesn't justify anything. Yeah, pretty much. And making uploads private is crazy. This is a breach of privacy. It will still affect the birth date of my Google account. It is a parent's responsibility to restrict their child's access to the internet, not the responsibility of the internet itself or the government. You shouldn't make it your responsibility, especially not when it puts people's privacy at serious risk. What's even the point of all this? What is YouTube Kids even for at this point? You're being so insanely vague about the variety of signals. What type of activity? What does longevity of the account even mean? Don't punish your adult users because of your unreliable AI's mistake. And don't think we didn't notice that legal loophole wording that was used in the video on Creator Insider. We don't keep your personal information for marketing purposes. So you keep it for other purposes so we can lose our online privacy in a data breach. Again, the fucking T-app. Like what's already happened at Google, no one trusts your AI to delete spam bots or not falsely demonetize videos, let alone guess people's age based on a non-specific variety of signals. You can't even accurately determine fair use, motherfucker. Why should I trust you with this AI model to accurately assess age?
We could do with less bots on YouTube. Jeez, they're so fucking annoying.
Why would you make such a brave decision to finally push users off platform? The frequency and volume of ads was already really something, but I think this is the icing on the cake. Nothing can possibly go wrong. YouTube invading our privacy now? YouTube cannot get any lower than this. YouTube connoisseur.
You don't tempt them. Don't test it.
A YouTube connoisseur. Fuck me. I hiccups. So, excuse me. Give me a second before I read this.
Kaine Walker to Kaine Hiccuper.
That was lame, and you should feel lame.
Gotcha.
A YouTube
I
connoisseur
don't
circa
care.
2007.
Get any water?
No, I just held my breath and beat on my chest. You shouldn't do that, but it worked. AI is nice and all. AI is nice and all until you realized it was still written and trained by humans. Exactly. Programmed with bias, and thus still prone to error. This will not save you money in manpower or legal costs and will only serve to further alienate and frustrate your already diminishing user base. The best period of YouTube is 2007 to 2016, as the restrictions were lesser, the regulation was non-existent, and policies weren't determined by advertisers. It is fairly straightforward logic that as a marketplace, you are a slave to advertisers and content creators and their viewers. Without viewers, you have no creators, and without creators, you have no advertisers. This notion that management has held for the last few years that advertisers are king does not ring true. Look to legacy media for why this doesn't track in reality. You are the middleman between all three parties and should advocate for those with lesser power, the viewers, against those with more power, the advertisers, and maintain a balanced platform where the viewer is just as important as the advertiser. Content creators already know this, have adapted to the algorithm, TM, quotation marks, and proven, likely without trying, that the viewer is the end-all, be-all when it comes to monetization of content. There is no revenue if no one is using your platform, and all of these advertisers trying to strong-arm policy decisions will disappear, leaving a foul taste in everyone's mouth because you caved to their pressure. Viewers are not going to want to upload their IDs to simply watch videos. Nothing on your platform is worth risking identity theft. And despite what you may think, it actually isn't that commonplace, especially in something with so little reward. Viewers are not being paid to watch YouTube. There is no incentive to identify, especially when you can go to TikTok and the like without having to upload an ID. Well, for now, for fucking TikTok. I sincerely hope that you guys reconsider rolling out automating age policing. Signed, a YouTube connoisseur, circa 2007.
Dude, he's from 2007. This dude used to be from the golden age of YouTube, man. We had gold content.
This policy is unfair to the general public.
You know, it's crazy that, like...
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was just gonna say... lately, the YouTube algorithm is just randomly picks an old-ass video from back in their good days to just put back in the algorithm for you to see. It's crazy.
I'm sorry.
That's it. That's all I have to say.
Bro, I was reading. I didn't hear anything you said. I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that?
I was just saying. Algorithm randomly picks a video from their old golden ages and just puts them back on your homepage. At least that's what's been happening to me. I don't know if that happened to anyone else on here.
Sometimes it does it. I think that's how I ended up finding. Because before, I never watched Doug from the Nostalgia Critic. I never watched him before until sometime earlier this year. I binge watched a ton of his content. It's actually pretty good. So I'm a fan now.
I used to watch his content, actually. I used to watch his content way back then.
I wasn't watching him at the height of his popularity. I don't feel like I missed out because the content still holds, you know what I mean? And it's all outdated media, but like,
yeah,
it would have been nice to be around when he was popular, I guess, because like media was still good. It would have facilitated a lot of good discussions about said media. But anyway, I might read one more comment and I think that's our last topic for tonight, if I'm not mistaken. The YouTube content ID thing. Yeah, this was a good discussion. So like, this policy is unfair to the general public. It's a violation of privacy. You use questionable wording to make it seem like you have our best interest, but really you're cherry picking words that make you sound profound, but you're actually not giving us any actual information. You have no reason to see my ID. Forcing foreign policies onto U.S. users is a violation of my rights. Your AI can't even keep up with regular reports, let alone able to tell what is and isn't an adult. Already in the UK, people are bypassing the system with video games. You think I'm going to trust you with my ID? No, thank you. Exactly. I mean, even though they say, you're not forced to give ID, clearly no one gives a shit. They're just hitting you off at the pass before it gets to that point and saying, yeah, fuck off. I want nothing to do with this draconian fucking policy of ID in any capacity whatsoever. I don't care if it's optional. I don't want it at all. Stop offering me to give up my shit. And it doesn't matter if it's irrelevant, which it isn't because it involves ID. You can't ignore it because we're telling you before you even get the idea in your fucking head. We don't want it. But go ahead.
I was just saying that it's how do I say? It's crazy that we already knew that it was possible for them to try this shit, and the silver lining is that people in the comment section, at least most of them on here, I'm assuming that the stupid one, like the first comment, I'm assuming that one's a bot made by Google because everyone else was speaking common sense.
Not everyone. There were a lot of comments that I deliberately did not read because they weren't raising the issue of anything. Wow, this thing has 79 replies. Oh boy, I'm not reading those, but oh boy. You guys get the point.
I mean, I can already tell just by reading the first couple that this is just by reading the first couple, I can already tell this thing's a bot, and everyone else replying is just a person.
Yeah, they're cooking the shit out of it. Yeah, no. Yeah. But
yeah,
guys,
it's like you've been if you can tell what's a bot and what's a genuine comment, I feel like that should make you old enough to bypass the age verification. If you can tell what a bot comment and a real comment is.
Bro, sometimes we have bots in the flesh, bro. It don't matter. That's why we have the term NPC.
Bots in the flesh, like bots in the flesh. Are we talking about Terminators?
That's a bar, but that's not what I meant. Bots in the flesh, like NPCs, like human beings that might as well be bots, is what I'm talking about. But nah, seriously, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't mean for tonight to have a dystopian theme. I kind of wanted to talk about more entertainment, but that was literally the most pressing news regarding any facets of pop culture and entertainment that had been circulating for the past couple weeks. Everything else, there was very little of it anyway. Like, most of it was still about the Superman movie and what was that other movie? Fuck. It was about movies.
Female 4 First Steps or what?
Superman and Fantastic Four was the majority of the news that was still circulating. I didn't know they were making a Jane Foster store movie. I guess I'll add that to the list. I did see news about them trying to make a fucking God of War 2018 show. Who the fuck is excited for that? Yeah. But yeah. That being said, I want to talk about entertainment, but I wish there was something positive to say about it. Like, honestly, I do. I want a good movie. I want a good film, a good book, a good game, something. I'm hoping Darksiders 4. I'm going to talk about that because that's something positive I can talk about. I like the Darksiders series, so I'm going to talk about that. And I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. I love that series so much. I'm probably going to pre-order it. I'm sorry. I'm probably pre-ordering that game. I did it for Dragon's Dogma. I'm gonna do it for Darksiders, man. I have so many fond memories of that game, dude. That series. Except Darksiders 3. Fuck that game. Darksiders 1 and 2, masterpieces. But fucking... I want to play it, bro. Even Darksiders, the spinoff with War and Strife, that shit was so fun. It was so fun. I have to apologize because I'm the guy who says don't pre-order. And I'm just like, I'm God damn it. I want to pre-order the game. This is like the first bit of excitement I've experienced in a long time regarding any media, dude. Like, I was so hyped to find out they were making a Darksiders 4. I want that game to be every bit
so far
as great as it was when I played the first one. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so far the only entertainment thing that's getting me hyped up is the next Five Nights at Freddy's movie that's coming out in a few months. It's the only movie I've actually looking forward to right now.
What was the meme? What was the meme you made? Like $5 billion or some shit.
I didn't make it. I found it on Reddit, and it's gonna be that we're gonna push this movie to a fast $1 billion.
Fast $1 billion. That's great, man.
Wish I came up with it, but I did not.
You know what's crazy? I don't even care. I don't
that.
even care if that movie's bad because, like, I did see flaws in the. I don't think. You know what? I don't think the Five Nights at Freddy's movie that was released is bad. I do think it's flawed though, but I don't even care. You know what I mean? Because, like, just to see so much passion behind a fan project is enough for me right now. Like, it was made specifically for that fan base, and they seem to enjoy it. I don't give a fuck about anything else after that. And the creator that's backing it, or some of the people that are backing that film, are actually like our people. You know what I mean? Like they care about the shit that they make.
I mean,
and it's just so refreshing to see that shit nowadays.
Yeah, it's got because himself is watching over, giving a stamp of approvals in certain areas.
Yeah,
which is sometimes that's a good sign, especially since Scott's been proven to be one of our people over the last few years, and you got actors like Matthew Lillard, who is also proven to be one of our people.
Shaggy, yeah.
Which is funny because he wasn't even. But it's funny because he wasn't even like a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. His kids were. He didn't even know the series until he actually got the part.
Yeah, but he has enough respect for the property to want to do it justice, even if it's not his own, or even if he's not familiar with it. You know?
Yeah, that's why I respect him and Keanu Reeves for when he played Shadow in Sonic 3, because he also did not know Sonic, like the franchise. But he did the research and he put the work in because he knew that a lot of people.
Rudy, was that a joke? Rudy, that had to be a joke, man.
Oh God! Please do not corrupt Five Nights at Freddy's by putting Pedro Pascal in. Please, for the love of God, don't. Oh no. Dude, we gotta one of these days we gotta talk about Pedro Pascal's fucking weird ass.
I don't know much about him outside of, like, you know, some of the stuff I've seen people say. I don't really know that much about him. You know?
Is learn about him, the weirder he is.
Damn. Oh man.
Tyrant says Sonic 3 over Transformers 1. That's a take.
He said that's a take. I haven't seen Transformers 1, but I did see Sonic 3. I didn't like all of it. I did not like all of it. I don't like the way Knuckles talks. What else don't I like?
Did you even watch the? You did? Did you actually get around to watching the first two or nah?
God damn it, I didn't. Yeah, fuck, you're gonna beat my ass, aren't you? God damn it. Why did you want me to watch the first two anyway, by the way?
Is that a question?
Yes. Like, why? Like, are they connected? Is there context I'm missing?
Yeah, yes, there's continuity. What the hell?
Okay. I thought like I could watch Sonic 3 and not need to know anything from those other two films. Shit.
No. No.
Oh my god, you sound so heartbroken. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to watch it now. Fuck.
Like I'm surprised you. How were you not able to tell? Because even in part 3, they
there was payoffs that I didn't register, man. Shit. I was distracted by fucking Jim Carrey's stellar performance. It was a good performance, even if I didn't like all the jokes. Even if I didn't like all the jokes, it was a good performance. I didn't like the that meta comment about it's as if we're the same character being played by we're two different characters being played by the same actor. I hated that shit. I hate meta comedy. It's so bad. Stop it. It's so shit. It's not good. Stop it. Like, I'm trying to immerse myself in the film. I know it's two different characters being played by the same guy. Why do you have to bludgeon me over the head with it? I'm trying to forget that. That's part of the reason why I couldn't fully watch Sinners, because of shit like if Sinners would have been like we're both being played by the same actor, that would have been it for me. That would have been it. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do shit with the movie. I would have just left. Or not. Well, I didn't. Well, okay, I didn't even finish the movie, but I would have that would have been the reason I didn't finish the movie if they did that. But anyway, does the audience have anything else to say before we wrap up tonight? Because we are closing in on 2 hours 54 minutes, and I feel like this was a pretty fulfilling stream. I feel like we talked about a lot of good things. Well, not good things, but you know what I mean. It was very informative. It wasn't very fun in the way I would like it to be, but you know, I got something out of it. Transformers 1 is a.
I mean, it was like the most.
Ritual. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna disagree on that comment. Secondly, I mean, this was just us covering like the most pressing, like, emergency alert kind of news. It kind of had to be talked about at some point.
I didn't want to skip this. We shouldn't. I didn't want to skip any of this. I didn't want to skip it.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah. The FNAF movie is a very special case. as long as it's being made, for the fans. Like, actually for the fans, it already has, like, it's gonna hold a special place in my heart.
I mean, even if I have criticism of the film, I mean, I'm never
yeah. Like, it's hard to hate the movie because it gives me those good vibes that I felt back when I was first investing in FNAF.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, kind of like what Angry Joe does, where he's like, yeah, this shit is incredibly flawed, and, I even hate it, or it's incredibly flawed, and it's, like, kind of bad, but it still gets the badass seal of approval. You know what I mean? Because of the spirit of it.
You are giving Angry Joe too much credit.
I mean, he's done stuff like that before. That's why I'm using that as an example. Like, it's something that's incredibly flawed and like a fucking 6 out of 10, but it still gets the badass seal of approval because it was done from a place of like honesty and like it was very genuine. It was authentic. Like, they actually tried to deliver an experience to a treasured fan base. Even if me, the snobbish asshole critic, did not like it all the way. Like, it didn't live up to my standard. You know, like, I can give points for that. Yeah. I can't hate anything that much. You know what I mean? Assuming I hate it at all, which I don't. Like, it's okay if something is bad if it's like done from a place of like earnestness. Like, I've never had a problem with shit like that. Like, if it's bad but you actually tried to make something good, it's pretty easy to tell. It's pretty fucking easy to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think, man? It's time to wrap up. It's like almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
All right, folks. This has been episode 44 of the Monkey's Paw. Stay tuned. I'm going to be dropping episode 3 of the Devil May Cry review soon. I'm still in the middle of editing it. After that, I'm going to roll right into episode 4 until I get to 8 so I can finish this shit and catch up on cultural commentary and get back to doing chill streams because I haven't done those in like 2 months. I kind of do want to do a couple chill streams again. But yeah, maybe another Dread Quest. There's a couple games on my list for Dread Quest. I might even take a request that somebody's been nagging the shit out of me to do before I do the other ones I want to do. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. This has been your gracious host, Kaine Walker, and my co-host, Soups. We are signing off, and we will see you all again next time. Peace.
Guys.
Skimbles, Skimbles! Before I leave, Skimbles, you still have to give me book recommendations on my comment wall. Like the latest fucking post on the community wall. Just give me book recommendations. And like, don't even give context. Just give me a list of books under my most recent comment. And I'm going to have to pick one of those to read and do a review on it. I also want a shit. You know what would be really fun? I also want a shit book to review. Like, I've been trying to get in contact with this website that specifically sends you shit books to review. I want to review one of them. That shit would be funny. I know I could find a way to make that fun. I could. I could absolutely do it. It'd be great. But anyway.
Oh, you need to go to a special site. Just look up Twilight and boom, you got a shit book for a good stream.
I'm not reading that shit, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not reading Twilight, dog. I'm sorry. Anything but that. If God, look, listen. If I go to this website and God wills it that they give me Twilight, then I'll review Twilight. Because at that point, it's just fated. It's just fated that I have to read and review Twilight at that point. It's just inescapable. But until that happens, no, I'm not reading Twilight. Anyway, peace out, folks.
Alright, peace out. Wait, is our audio still rolling in, or are we good? Well, I'm glad most people are leaving, so they don't have to hear this. Shit. Just end the stream.